should let this air out a bit more. It smells good in here, but it's very strong. I have been taking the time to cook. I just have not really sat down and baked and made meals and such too much lately, aside for myself. I've done it for other people and for the solstice, but I haven't done my own. And it is something I find relaxing. But it's a good distraction from things too. Let me get those croissants out. I want to make sure I take everything off the heat that needs to be taken off. I don't want to leave anything on. Put that away. And then, oh goodness, let's go up here. I don't know if I have a place for berries. Just do the berries there for now. And then we can put the croissants in there. With the Valentine's Day festival coming up soon, I want to also try out making a lot of sweets and such and getting people's opinions on them. So I had given Lady Daphne and Lady Ridley and Lizzaylia yesterday while they were at the afternoon tea in my bedroom. I had showed them a couple of the desserts. I'm really thinking that using cherry blossoms in the sakura might be a good theme of sorts. Maybe like a sakura booth, or using it as the entire festival theme might be nice with the pink of it. Let's see. Well, I don't want these to overgrow, so I am going to go ahead and take care of these. And if I don't stay on top of harvesting and I keep cooking without harvesting, then I'm going to run into not having the ingredients I need. Back home, I could simply put in a grocery list of sorts, and all the ingredients I need would be delivered. All high quality and finest caliber. I cannot see myself growing the finest quality crops, unfortunately. I'm certainly trying my best to care for them, but farming is not my level of expertise. I can certainly cook, but farming is not in that same skill set. Hello, honeybee, meowdy. Let's see. Well, we're just gonna make it through and harvest all of these, and we'll get it all put away into storage. Because you're gonna see me trying a lot of different foods as I try to just sample different dishes to figure out if I want to have it be displayed, and not displayed, but advertised, I should say, during the festival. I have some sweet berry and sakura blossom cookies that I'm going to take to the tea party with. I'm saying tea party because we're sitting down for tea. It's afternoon tea with Professor Charybdis, Professor Saren, and Lady Daphne. Professor Charybdis messaged me last night that she was very excited to have tea with me, and I know she's been looking forward to us having tea together, and it makes me a little wary on how she's thinking the tea is going to go. It can certainly go very positively, depending on how receptive she is to Lady Daphne's hopeful apologies. Our discussion that we had a few weeks ago was that she wanted to ensure that the blackmailing and the attacking could be tied over and not come back to haunt the narrative. But as long as Professor Charybdis isn't too inclined to hold it against Lady Daphne, if it is water under the bridge, then that would allow us the relief of sorts to have more positive conversations at the tea party. Afternoon tea, goodness. I really want to talk about the Valentine's Day festival more. Lady Daphne was late to afternoon tea yesterday and didn't get to talk to her too deeply about it. Let's see. Cotton is in here. gonna put some of the rest of the seeds in here because we have much too many. Oh, Valentine's Day is very important to us. We have a heavy emphasis on the romantics. A lot of our customs have partially to do with them, too. After all, there is, while the sigil on our court in House Solmera is a sun, we equally admire the moon. It's when they are, you don't think of the sun with the moon. You do not envision them as separate entities. They are a pair. They are together. And when it comes to how I view romance, it's, you can't have the sun without the moon and vice versa. It's just the way things is. It's just how it is. So it's just weird to really think of it being another way. But since Valentine's Day is a holiday to celebrate romance, it just pulls in the emphasis of the sun and the moon. Because we have the summer solstice where we can focus on the sun, and we have the winter solstice for focusing on the moon. And Valentine's Day is a way to celebrate both of them together. A more outdated way of thinking is how it used to be believed that, not used to be, it is still believed. I will say it's still a very predominant belief, but I don't see it talked about as often anymore, is being moon maid versus sun maid. So finding someone to complement as your other half is simply a task that can be seen during Valentine's Day. And in our dorm, we even have the board where we envision who would look good together. I think the board right now is labeled Valentine's Day, but simply it's not really the case. The board is something that fellow folks typically keep year-round. It's a good luck charm, I should say. It's who we think would have a nice relationship together, and it's supposed to more spiritually be a omen of good signs for them. I do hope to invite the prince. Well, more so, I hope he invites me. Given the dare from Lady Ridley, she said that I needed to ask someone that was outside my normal circle to go with me to the Valentine's Day festival. But I had spoken with her yesterday at afternoon tea, and she had told me that, or I had asked her if it's all right if I try to get the person that I plan to ask me first, if that would still be all right with her dare. Because if they don't ask me, I will still ask them, or at least try, I suppose. Or maybe I won't ask them. If they won't ask me, maybe I shouldn't ask them. But I want to ask the prince, simply. I don't like that you're on my crops. If I shoot you, you're going to go backwards and you're going to stomp on them. Get off. Oh my goodness. Get over here. This is so annoying. You had to cross the entire field. And you're walking so slow. Goodness. Hang on. My movement's all wobbly. Yes, he didn't ask me for the ball, and I tried to push him to ask me. I mean, I guess I didn't push very firmly, but at the same time, I don't want to be too pushy about it, but we spent time together at the ball itself anyways. We spent time together at the Bloodwind Solstice. And then we spent time cleaning up the solstice together privately. And then I invited him to the Solmera's beach party. Don't you dare. I don't trust them to not come after me. I was going to let them be, but they're looking at me weirdly. But yes, Lady Daphne it was actually Lady Lizzaylia was asking for advice on how to ask somebody. And of the people present, it was very much clear that Lady Daphne had the most experience. Sorry, why is this? There, okay. It was very clear Lady Daphne had the most experience, and she had described it as you could ask Do you want to know the coy way to ask somebody or the direct way? And she ended up saying the direct way is to simply ask them. And the coy way is to make them ask you, convince them that it's their idea to ask you. And I don't necessarily know how to do that. She didn't go into detail on how to achieve that, unfortunately. But I suppose that I can speak about the Valentine's Day Festival with the prince whenever I see him and just kind of casually bring it up and how I don't know who I should go with. But what if he suggests someone for me to go with and it's not him? That'd be so awkward if I said I don't know who to go with and he's like, oh, how about Lord Felix? What if he pushes me off to somebody else? And then I feel like I'd be obligated to go with whoever he says. I don't know. Maybe I don't want to ask directly. Simply, no one asked me to the Winter Ball. No one thought to ask me to the Winter Ball. And so I had to ask someone myself because I wasn't going to arrive without a partner. That is absolutely absurd. I would never go to an event without someone beside me. And so instead of asking me, I had to go ask someone else, so I asked the Crown Duchess, since she also did not have a partner from what I could tell, and she was a suitable match for it. We were of the similar status. And so, with how important Valentine's Day is, and me planning the entire festival, I want to be asked. I want to be pursued. I don't want to do the pursuing. I've already started doing the courting, or at least expressing interest the way that we do with Solmera customs. Solmera custom is whenever you're wishing to court somebody, you will take from them, and should they notice that they have had things taken from them, they can start to try to investigate on who may have done it, and it's a hunt and chase sort of game of sorts. And I have already initiated it. I have visited the prince's room. It's the first time I've practiced this custom. Others have practiced this custom against me. I've had suitors take things from me, and I have had to reject them. But this is the first time that I am attempting to court somebody else. And I am abysmal at it. I climbed up the back of the Bloodwind dorm and fell off multiple times because they have all these ledges that I can't get my hands over to get through. And I didn't want to do a leap because if I leaped and I land harshly, it's noisy and the armor jingles and it feels as if someone were to look at me after I leaped that they could see me. So I didn't want to leap. I wanted to climb silently, as I should be very capable of doing with my paws. I finally made it to the top. I made it to his room, could not open his window, so I broke his window. Only to find out his window to the other side did in fact open. So congrats, Katarina. Look how well that is going. And then after I took his curtains, I go out the window again and I'm climbing down the back of the dorm and I realized, oh, I can see my hand. So if anybody was out behind the Bloodwind dorm while I was exiting, they would have just saw me clear as day. It was absolutely horrible, and it's a good thing I am not a spy master. I would not last long as a spy master. I'm not born to be sneaky. I'm not born to be hidden. I am born to shine and be very out there, as the invisibility potion show, as it chose not to hide me any longer. That was so nerve-wracking. It was so nerve-wracking. Anyone could have saw me. No one has said anything about it. No one has said anything about it, so I think we're doing fine. Let's do this. Oh, well, I am actually trying to get closer to the other courts. I am hosting afternoon tea with the other court heirs. Court lady heirs. I'm not going to host afternoon tea with the gentlemen. That would have to be a separate event. But with the viscountesses and with the duchesses, and then I am inviting 2 ladies from the Cinderloon court to accompany, so Cinderloon isn't excluded at the very least. So I'll be doing that, but simply, I will not I'm not going to voice out to another court that, oh, woe is me, someone should ask me, I wasn't asked to the winter ball. That's embarrassing. Me not being asked to an event is absolutely embarrassing and has never happened. So I am not going to proclaim that, unfortunately. But yes, that is my same thought process, is if the crown, or if the prince doesn't necessarily feel the same way, which, why would he not feel the same way? He should. But should he be wary to go with me? And his argument is the political side of things. If he has that concern with it, then yes, I do plan to mention, oh, well, I went to the winter ball with the Crown Duchess, and no one seemed to bat an eye at that. It seemed fine. So I believe us accompanying each other to the Valentine's Day festival that I am hosting should also be fine, right? And then if he does try to mention the High Chancellor, my follow-up is that Lady Daphne's attempting to court him. Lady Daphne's seeing him. I'm not going to get in the way of who she's pursuing. I did, in fact, design it, yes. As many things, I did design this one. I am also rather a fan of it. It's hard to see in here. I want these seeds off me. Let's get that stuff away. Oh, what? Hang on, let the armor disappear for it. But yes, I don't know. Whenever I asked him to come out to the Solmera beach party, he had asked why I was inviting him. And yes, I was inviting him because I was dared to. It didn't mean I didn't want to invite him, though. The reason why I accepted the dare was because I wanted to invite him. If I wasn't willing to accept the dare, I would have simply said as such. I would have said no and asserted that that would not be happening and to issue a different one. But I accepted it because I wanted him to come, and he asked why I was inviting him, and I couldn't tell him it was a dare, and I couldn't tell him that, oh, I missed your face. I couldn't say that. I simply couldn't. So instead, what did I say to him? I think I mentioned that we had an enjoyable time together yesterday, or the day before. It was whenever we had hung out after cleaning up the solstice, and just thought to extend the invitation out to him. Which he did not have beachwear clothing, and nor did we have any shade. So simply put, it was not a proper event to invite him to. He came to a Court Solmera beach party where all my court ladies were very underdressed, and he was in his normal attire. So I can see where he would have felt awkward, and I'm really nervous that he won't want to talk to me anymore. After all, he came to the Solmera beach party, and we had his photo in the middle of lanterns, and we had his photo submerged under the water where we were bathing, and we had his photo on a sun. Oh, maybe I can't ask him to the Valentine's Day festival. This is embarrassing. Is he gonna think that is he gonna think that I have the same level of interest in him as one, like a commoner would of nobility? How commoners will fantasize that, oh, my Prince Charming, sweep away and some save me, and they will be elevated out of their commoner status and be saved. Is he? I don't look like that, do I? Do I look like that to him? I was already so concerned that after I let the atmosphere of get the better of me after the Bloodwind Solstice, and we proceeded to chase him, and he jumped off the side of a balcony, that after doing that, he wouldn't view me too fondly, and during Truth or Dare, I asked him what he thought of me after that, or if I ruined my impression based on that, and he said, it's neutral. His impression of me is neutral. Would it have decreased with him coming to the beach party and us having multiple photos of him all over the place? I don't think you understand what I mean. I mean that, does he think that my feelings towards him are so superficial that I don't see him as him, and I only see him for, I don't know, like a fangirl, being a fangirl, rather than trying to pursue him? Maybe that is perhaps a better turn of phrase for it. standing him, perhaps, rather than trying to court him. Simply put, do I look insane? Am I making a fool of myself with my efforts? Okay, I did not finish harvesting. I believe I needed to get the sugarcane still. Oh, and the rice. Oh, there's quite a bit to grab. Let's go through this side. Yes, I do like the orange with my hair. I have always had the greatest oh, goodness. Sorry. I think I'm getting dust in my mouth. I've always been extremely fond of butterflies, but primarily monarch butterflies. The monarch butterfly is very dear to me, and just the name also. Not only was it related to my first hunt, but monarch butterfly. Monarch is the ruler. And even prior to the crown being offered for attendance to the academy, I've always known that I have had big plans, and big plans were expected of me, so I just always found it rather fitting. There was some time during my teen years where I felt as if, rather than a monarch butterfly, that a viceroy butterfly might suit me better. Viceroys are very similar to monarchs appearance-wise. They adapted to look like monarch butterflies for safety. They are pretty much putting on the act of a monarch. And that's how I felt I was, especially after I got the sole position from 7. It didn't feel like it was mine. It felt like I was putting on a show. Perhaps I still am, but I don't feel as imposter, I suppose might be a word for it. But yes, oh, another thing about monarchs is I'd rather like their vibrancy is, and their pattern, the orange, is to ward off attackers because they're poisonous. And so the viceroy adapted to look like them, and other predators simply are less inclined to eat the viceroy because I think it's the poisonous counterpart. And it's just interesting. But perhaps dreaming to be a viceroy rather than a monarch whenever I was in my teenage years stemmed from me wanting to be a bit more edgy at the time. Perhaps I was choosing to lean into my moon side more than my sun side. I can't say for certain what the first thing I would do with the crown when I win will be. It really depends on the environment, I suppose. If all the courts are on good terms with me, and I don't have to worry about immediately trying to cover myself from them, then I will start to just ensure things are going smoothly. I left all my food in the kitchen. Do I have any food on me? Or am I going to walk? I have snacks. Oh, okay, I have some of the things I'm going to use. Obviously, I won't be using these themselves at the Valentine's Day festival. They would be much too old by then, but these are the samples I had for it. If there's any court in opposition to mine when I win the crown, my first moves would be to, quite frankly, covertly start to dismantle them. I don't need to have a blade pointed at my neck the moment I ascend the throne. So if any court makes themselves outwardly hostile to my own prior to the ascension, then they have to be dealt with swiftly. If we're all on good terms, or at least appear to be on good terms, I know that appearances can be deceiving, but if they don't intend to come after me right away, then we'll work on ensuring relations can improve and peaceful. Quite frankly, I don't think you'll find a court who hates combat more than Solmera. And it's not that we're bad at it, it's that doing so poses the significant risk to our mental, and I don't know anybody who would choose to increase their risk for insanity. So, peaceful resolutions is always the goal, That's actually also why I'm hosting these afternoon teas more often. I'm hosting the one, I believe it is on the 16th is what I wrote in the invitations, with the heirs. And I will be continuing to host them. I want to talk with Minnie to leave good impressions on everyone. So when I get the crown, I don't have to worry about that. Especially, I know Bloodwind is very much a court that heavily values respect. It's how they operate. And so, I'm hoping to earn the Viscountess's and the Prince's respect as well. So I would need the Bloodwind Court to respect me, and then I don't know enough about Cinderloon and Cerulean to know what the proper approach would be. Some people, maybe not court-wide, some people respond better to fear, some people respond better to friendliness. I'd rather be friendly, quite frankly. I really hate the idea of fighting. Oh. Hello. 7 has one of those, and I want one too. Drop it. Can you come closer? Why'd you go so far away? I can't hit you anymore because of the water. Ow! Rude. He took it to death's door with him. Yes, prior to sending out invitations, I had talked with the Viscountess Veswin to inquire how I could make a afternoon tea session enjoyable to court Bloodwind. After all, I'm aware they cannot drink the same teas I traditionally drink, and she introduced that there is rose-infused tea that they have, and I have asked, or she offered, to show me how to make it. So I'll have that for Bloodwind, and I'll have snacks and teas available for the other courts as well. Yes, seeing this, going to the afternoon tea, it's going to let me get a gauge on personalities a bit better, because I truly have not spoken to the other courts as much as I likely should be doing. But I've been having such the aggravating issue that when I'm talking to the High Chancellor, that I am stumbling over my word. It seems a cat keeps getting my tongue when I'm around him. For no good reason, and it's frustrating. I simply need to slow down my speaking, I suppose, and that should sort out my difficulty that I've been having. Okay, I want to not take quite so much. Yes, after purchasing it from the headmaster, I finally got it moved to my room. I disagree. The only reason why I would be swift to remove somebody is if they are openly hostile and against me. If they are openly and hostile against me, it doesn't matter what I do. They are going to stay against me. I have no cause to have someone stab me in the back when I know they're there. If you're going to openly make an enemy of me, expect me to move against you. If you're going to work against me, do it secretly. If you're going to work against anybody, do it secretly. Being openly against someone is honestly rather stupid. So if they're stupid enough to do that when I get the crown, then they bring their undoing upon themselves. And if I have good relations with the other courts, then I'm not going to have an issue at all if I have to remove some. I want to double check the room I want to host this in. I want to make sure I know where the tower is. I asked on the invitations for them to meet me in the center courtyard of the castle. And there's a tower I'm going to take them to that has decent seating. I don't want to be sitting in the open, given that one of the topics of conversation is crime, quite frankly. Attacking another person is a crime. That is not a academy rule break. That is a crime. So I don't want to do that anywhere near the open. So I'd rather do it in a secluded tower that I don't have to worry about people walking past us in. Preferably, I'd like to do it within a more private room of sorts, but that would require the teacher's permission to do so in one of their offices or something related, and I'm not going to invite people to afternoon tea and then ask to use their private quarters. I want to go double check that I can get my way to it without making a fool of myself. It is a green tower that is off the main courtyard. Let's see. I certainly won't push my beliefs onto others. I know that the Church of the Sun and Moon that Solmera follows, it's not going to appeal to the entire kingdom. It has appealed to the fell folk since the beginning of time, but it is us. I'm not going to force other courts when I have the crown to follow it. This is where I'm going to host the afternoon tea with the other heirs. I already asked with the headmaster to verify that the sky roof here isn't harmful to Court Bloodwyn. But the one I'm hosting with the Professor Charybdin and Professor... Oh, there's Lady Riley, I believe. And Lady Daphne is going to be through here, I believe. I don't want to use this one potentially. I think it might be that one I was thinking of. No, I don't think sitting side by side would be terrible. I think I might do this room right here for tea. Because the rest of these are not suited as nicely. Yeah, so this one would be the one that I would plan to use. Simply because no one walks up this tower unless they're also looking to seat. They would walk through this room if they want a shortcut, so I don't want to use this one, but using the one above it should be fine. I do want to talk to Lady Daphne prior to the meeting. Are you free? I just want to make sure we're on the same page. Well, the issue with that is we have not had a crown in centuries. As such, the kingdom has greatly suffered without the crown. The courts have constantly been in a standstill. No one is progressing. You can work on progressing the interior workings of your own court, but there's only so much you can do on the inside. And that's why Solmera was already planning to make some changes, but the opportunity with the crown came about, so this is the route we're going instead. Greetings. Everyone is at this academy because they want someone to get the crown. Sure, most of them want the crown for their own court, but it's also the stance of meeting and befriending each other so that whoever does get it is a satisfactory result overall. Those of the Solmera bloodline were born to lead. Typically, we lead the fell folk, yes, but we are born to lead. If they can accept that, then they will be taken care of. I don't like violence, but if someone is going to cause disruption within the kingdom as a whole, then it's take out the few, take out the bad apples, as one may have already said, so that the rest can actually be protected and valued. It only takes a very small group to tarnish a very large bunch, and if you let them fester because you're too passive, you're going to have many more issues at the end. And if one group speaks out against me, and they're allowed to continue speaking out against me, others are going to feel it's okay to speak out against me as well. This doesn't go for me. This goes for any ruler. If I don't get the crown and someone else does, if they get it, and if someone else gets the crown, and I'm foolish enough to be openly against them being appointed, openly hostile, I fully expect that is treason. They have the crown, that is treason. I fully expect them to come down on me very swiftly and very strongly. And if anyone expects anything else, they are extremely ignorant. Most of us have not, all of us aside from the headmaster, have not been in the kingdom united under one ruler. But all of us have been within our courts, where they do have a power structure. They know of the power structure. They know how to act under a power structure. And so they're very much aware that if you seek to topple it, that there are going to be very strong repercussions. But I am going to be speaking with Lady Daphne in a moment. I do want to grab some food from the kitchen, so I'm not walking around with only 2 cherry blossom rolls to sustain myself with. I'm a bit overly friendly with those of my court at the academy. I'm very much able to acknowledge that, and I do know I need to be a bit stricter with them for certain things. But that's because most of those at the academy are those who I have been friends with my entire life. But even if one of my dearest friends seeks my removal and plan a revolt, plan treason to do it, as much as it was paying me to do so, they will be punished. Within Solmera laws, we have it written that treason, you cannot treason against the Solus, but we also have you cannot treason against Everthorne. You can't treason against the council, and you most certainly cannot treason against whoever's king or queen. Certainly, if I win the crown, I will intend to have an even distribution of power. Not even as in, I give up my power. I will certainly keep the power within the crown, but I will ensure those in high positions beside me are dispersed throughout the courts. I won't play favoritism into roles. Solmera is merit-based. If you cannot provide results, your family will not keep their noble title. You have to be able to better benefit the whole region in Solmera to be a noble. If your family is not benefiting the region, you are not qualified to be nobility. You have to be helping those who are relying on you. The commoners rely on the nobility to sustain their way of life, to keep the villages controlled without crime and safe. And if a noble family is lacking in their duty to do so, they will not keep their position. To my knowledge, the Cinderloons is a republic, no? Personally, I don't see the appeal of it. That is, you have to keep in mind, with my opinion on it, you are asking somebody whose way of life is entirely different. I was born above others within Solmera. Being born with the blessing of the sun and moon, hinted and shown by having the twin tails, it's a divine right. if another noble family is born with the twin tails, or a commoner is born with the twin tail, it's a great honor. And they can be adopted into the church. If they're a commoner, they can be adopted into other noble families. They will gain noble status no matter who they are if they are blessed by the sun and moon with their tails. As such, I can acknowledge that our way of life is very different than a court who's raised under a republic would be. But I simply don't understand it, nor do I care for it. I don't need to be voted on to be in power. I'm in power because I was born to be. In the same vein of things, should I not get the crown for some absurd reason, and they try to assert themselves over Solmera, if they try to assert excessive influence over Solmera, there will be issues. Solmera existed prior to being a part of Everthorne. Solmera has had a solace and has had their nobility. While the nobility has shifted and changed due to those falling out of power, the solace in the Solmera family has not. And so if they aim to change eons, centuries, just from the very start of fell folks settling together, if they are trying to change and wipe away our entire history, there will be issues. And that's how I said, if someone is going to make an enemy of someone else when they get the crown, they have to be prepared for the repercussions if they're going to do it openly. Am I going to openly assert to somebody that I have no interest in being below them? Absolutely not. If you assert that you have no interest in being below them, then they're going to be keeping an eye on you, and I don't need to be an eye kept on me. That is unnecessary for me. Or unneeded, I should. Maybe not unneeded. They probably should be keeping an eye on me, quite frankly. I don't take kindly to being put down. So we'll just have to see how it plays out. I fully expect to get the crown, quite frankly. So I'm not too concerned with otherwise at the current moment. I have trust in my court that I've been working towards it, and I have trust that my court has been as well. Just send a response to Lady Daphne. She's within the sun currently, so I'm merely waiting to speak to her. Right, I was. Seven may have had the sole position prior to me, but the position now is mine. He did not want it, so it passed to me. And I will not do it disrespect by not going into it with my fullest effort. Father has very high expectations. I've grown up with those high expectations to be perfect for the family, and I try my very best to be so. There is not. If there a dress code, there is not. It is more of a simple afternoon tea. So any of your... I want to say casual because my casual are my gowns. I don't know what... I believe her casual is the same. Any of your casual outfits will do. Whenever I host afternoon tea with the other heirs, I plan to dress up a bit more for it, but it's still afternoon tea. Afternoon tea does not need to be. Afternoon tea is not a grand show. Hosting a proper tea party, that would be. Hosting a proper tea party would need to have entertainment, decorations, lots of food to choose from, lots of snacks, teas, a very clear invitation list that you have to RSVP for, just very much more well put together. Afternoon tea is simply, traditionally speaking, it's just a time between lunch and dinner where you sit down to have a snack because you're hungry, and it can be used as a socialization time with those that you consider close to you. I am utilizing the term to make it more casual. Sitting in excessively formal setting makes it harder to speak freely and to get a better gauge on people. In formal settings, people are more guarded, and I don't need them to be guarded. Yes, we need this talk with Professor Charybdin to figure out if even when Lady Daphne's blackmail over Professor Charybdin proves to no longer be in effect, no longer needed, if Charybdin decides that she does not care if the blackmail gets out, if when that time comes to pass, if she is going to come down on top of Lady Daphne strongly with the fact that she has assaulted another noble and has been threatening and blackmailing said noble. The repercussions of doing that and that becoming public makes our court look extremely bad, but that opens up the opportunity for Lady Artoria, who I've been told, who could be posing a deadly threat, could come after us. Since Lady Daphne's the one who had done it, I suspect Lady Daphne would be the one targeted, and I simply also cannot allow that. The Lafayettes are one of the greatest pillars in the Solmera region. They do the pharmaceuticals. That means not only do they do cosmetics, which are high importance within our region, but pharmaceuticals, they do our medicine. They are medicinal. Pharmaceuticals. They help with the diseases. They help with crops. They help with a lot of things. So of course, I'm going to protect and aim for to keep their precious daughter's reputation as clean as possible. I fear Lady Daphne knows how important she is, and she said it was impulsive. She couldn't control herself. She just panicked and acted. That's not a way a noble should be behaving. A noble should not simply panic and act. Your move should be thought out and calculated. Attacking a professor who is in charge of handing out points at the academy, points that dictate who gets the crown, is a terrible blunder, and Lady Daphne's aware of it, so I'm not going to continue drilling that into her. It stemmed from this deep-seated fear she has with the ocean, but it's quite annoying nonetheless. I will say, not being able to talk to her prior to this tea party is actually rather unfortunate. She does realize she's going to be the one that has to... I don't think she'll bring herself down to groveling, but... She said she's been trying to do small tasks for Professor Charybdin to make up for the fact that she assaulted her. But quite frankly, attacking somebody cannot just completely be wiped under the rug by small favors. Do I have totems on me? Perhaps I have to prepare totems in advance for Professor Charybdin as gifts. Because not only was Lady Daphne late to yesterday's afternoon tea, I did not get to speak with her after the afternoon tea either to try to prep her for this tea. I don't know if she's purposely avoiding me or not, but it is rather frustrating that we've hadn't had a time to sit and talk about this. Because the last time we spoke about this was weeks ago when I said I would plan this gathering. And now I'm concerned she doesn't remember what the purpose of this gathering is. I'm certainly not going to be late to my own function because I'm waiting on her. If she is not in here within the next 7 minutes, I'm going to go ahead and head to the castle courtyard so I can be there for any early arrivers. Sure, there's only 4 of us in attendance, but I'm not going... The host cannot... I have to be the first one there. As a host, I can't let someone beat me to my own gathering. Quite frankly, I should likely be there now. But if Lady Daphne... If I go there now and Lady Daphne's to meet me there and someone else arrives before her, then I will never get the chance to talk to her privately. Yes, tea. Truly. Quite frankly, whenever I invited the other heirs to tea, I was honestly wanting to invite them court by court. I wanted to invite one court at a time so I could get a better bearing of the different courts on a more private basis to form closer bonds and friendships. I won't be able to form close bonds and friendships at a party this large. I say large, but there's only an invite of, let's see, there's the 3 duchesses, there's the 2 viscountesses, there's me, Tavalli. So let's put us at 7, and then we have the 2 ladies from Cinderloon, so that puts us at 9. So 9 people total if all of them should accept the invitation. But with so many courts present, people are very much going to be choosing words cautiously, given the situation that it is in. But I need to form closer bonds with the other heirs. Does she mean where am I? Oh, I am right here. Let me make a space for us. Yes, we haven't gotten to really debrief with each other regardless. Let's move away from the water. It's so noisy. I don't want them where I'm sleeping. I share that sentiment with Lady Lizzaylia.
They have their space for now.
Oh, I used to sit in here quite often. I guess I won't anymore.
Oh, I see. We can go find somewhere else.
I don't want to sit in there, quite frankly. Sit here and let me make a space so we can speak a bit more privately.
All right.
So I wanted to quickly debrief with you prior to going into this tea with Professor Cribden and Professor Saren on... It's been around 3 weeks since we spoke about wanting to do this.
Yes.
And I'm unsure with the length of passage of time if Professor Cribden has she spoken with you at all about having forgiven you previously? Have you...
Not... I mean, we've been not really speaking much to each other besides ball preparation, so... But that has been in groups, and it's...
Yes, it's a group setting. Have you apologized to her?
I have not. Again, it has been a difficult topic to approach due to the...
We can use the tea party today as the opportunity to work towards the apology. She seems rather excited about the afternoon tea when she got the invitation and she's been missing me. And now I feel like I'm about to jump her with this. But the invitation said that we had something important to discuss, so I'm nervous how she expects the afternoon tea to go. But I think when she sees who's all present, it might make it a bit more clear what the tea party is about.
Yes, yes.
I have snacks and teas prepared, and then I also have two of my totems and 2 of my enchanted golden apples, and if we want to give her a apology gift, that I have those available.
Oh goodness, what else could we give her? What else could I give her? Do you think, a netherite ingot, no, that's too valuable. But I did it,
I would approve, if you don't want to give her netherite ingot, obviously do not, but if you're worried about being too valuable due to what I said yesterday at tea, this I would approve, because we're trying to cover up a crime with a crime. So...
Yes, so let me go, let's move very quickly so I can go smelt this.
After we smelt it, I do want to start heading that way. I don't want either of them to arrive before me.
Yes, I would need to very quickly change. This is not what I wish to wear to the tea party.
Might change as well, in all honesty. I've been like wearing this while I've been out cooking. I figured I might not want to.
And I think I do have gold as well.
Let's see, do I have...
Do you think flowers might be good as well?
Oh, yes, that's a more
Never go wrong with
casual gift
flowers.
you could give.
Use a variety.
I have a copper that we can use. So it's easier to hand her over the gift.
Alright. Oh. Wait, there's that. The... Alright, there we are. The gift is ready. Should I have it so I could give it to her?
Yes, that would work out. I have 2 coppers on me. Let me double check I just gave you the right one. I did.
Alright, thank you. Let me go change very quickly and then we will start heading over.
Shall change as well. I am gonna be cold, I think, but I'm gonna go put on my normal yellow dress that I wore during the warmer months.
Yes, I will also be a bit cold, but it's fine.
I'll put my shawl on over it, of course, but... Let me get to my quarters. Get swapped over. Where is it? This one. Yeah, sorry about the sound. I forgot. You guys were listening to me running around, and you guys couldn't actually hear me run around. It was just me talking. You heard me yapping the entire time. There we are. There. Okay. And then putting those away so I don't accidentally rummage through my pockets and show a weapon. That is simply something I never want to happen in general. I know I should keep weapons on hand for my own safety, but I also am not very adept at wielding a weapon, so I'm not sure how safe it might necessarily be to have easily accessed if I'm not where I need to use it. Just gotta wait for Lady Daphne to finish changing. Alright.
There we are.
Head there then. Best case scenario, she's no longer bothered by it. I'm not sure how strong the case that will be, but
yes,
if it is, I plan to, if the conversation does not take too long regarding apologies and such, because I don't want to drag it out and make it seem more serious, because then she might react more seriously.
Yes.
And if we can brush through it while making her feelings on the matter feel honored and valued, then we can move over to a positive topic with Valentine's Day coming up. I feel like that's a very safe, event conversation to talk about. We can start talking about plans for the Valentine's Day festival we're hosting, because I know she is fond of events. So speaking of them might also cause her to get excited.
Right. Give me a moment, Cassis.
Mm-hmm. Lovely. Well, the meetup place is outside. We will be moving inside. It's simply, I plan to have us seated in one of the towers. Me saying 4th floor of the green tower to the west of the courtyard is not suitable for an invitation. So I will lead us there whenever everyone arrives at the courtyard.
Ah, yes, that was the meeting place that you said.
Mm-hmm. I'd love to utilize the outdoor seating, just not when it's snow out.
Yes, I don't think I'm also in the necessarily appropriate attire.
No, you most certainly are not.
Just a bit cold. Oh?
Is that the sound I hear?
Yes!
I hear it on occasion.
I believe Cass is trying to find me.
I see. Shall we exit the group so if they walk up, we can converse easier?
Yes. I'm gonna stay close to you, it is a bit cold.
I thought about sitting down, but given the material of those chairs, it's going to be freezing, and
It is going to be freezing.
I don't want to sit on those. I spent most of my day relaxing with cooking and baking, so I am very much serene? Is that the word? Peaceful, at peace, tranquil, something of that regard.
Yes, that must have been nice.
How was mob studies the other day?
Oh, it was so exciting.
I find that hard to agree with.
I found it very exciting.
I see. I'm glad it was enjoyable for you. I feel very much on edge within that realm, not having the sun or moon to guide me when in it, because the roof is blocked off. It puts a pit in my stomach.
That is fair. Though, I suppose the lava sort of reminds me of the sun, the warmth of the sun.
I suppose, but you're typically not close enough to the sun to burn to the extent that lava would do to you.
Fair enough. But this is why we have potions. You could go swimming in the lava.
I think only your potions would be the only ones. Yours and the other Lafayette's would be the only ones I would trust to protect, not just protect me, but to ensure that my fur isn't singed, and I do not need any red scarring or marks from burns from a ineffective potion or lack of quality.
Yes, if it was a lower quality potion, there would be many issues there. I don't even want to think about the issues. It'd be terrible. See, and this is why you get things from the Lafayette's.
Of course.
Always quality.
I will say, I was thinking about lava yesterday. There's powdered snow all over
the goodness, tell
platform.
Me about it.
So I had been shaving away portions of the platform, and the powdered snow was there, and so I had to take care of it. I learned that water brushes away the powdered snow much easier than trying to shovel it out. So that sped up the process a bit, but it was still a lengthy process. And I did not get much done, in all honesty. It looks like I didn't even touch it. It just snowed again.
Oh no. Oh, where is Cass? Still in her tower. Alright.
They might be planning to be on time. I simply had to make sure I was early as the hostess.
Yes, I am nervous. Goodness, I am nervous. Oh, Katarina, what if things go all wrong?
I did not prep for the worst, in all honesty, Lady Daphne. Don't let it go wrong.
No, it will not. It will not. It will not go wrong. And if it goes wrong, goodness, I don't know what we will do.
We hope goodwill and reputation saves us the day. That it does not take the worst possibility route. We passed by Lord Leonidas on our way here. Perhaps we should have asked him to come with, just to stand here.
Oh, we did. I didn't even see him.
I think it was him, sitting on the bench, by the willow tree. Maybe it's because I turned back to look at you when you paused to reply to a missive, and that's why I saw him and you did not.
Perhaps.
I'll be sitting in on the next, potentially on the next fashion club meeting, so I can discuss with discuss with their club members about if I am eligible to participate in their design contest they put on. Since
Right, I know you draw,
gowns. Yes,
but you don't. Yes.
I design them. I don't bring the physical goods to life.
Oh, there they are.
Good morning.
Greetings. I am going to lead us to where we're going to be sitting because it is. I'm not toasting us outside. It's simply too cold.
A little bit. I was a little worried with the outfit I wore.
Not that cold.
I simply, because where I planned to host it, I was like, perhaps writing the direction on the invitation is not going to be the most smooth.
Also, Cass, this is absolutely freezing.
Yes, it is very cold.
You're entitled to your wrong opinion. Daphne,
I'm
we have
literally
the
already
fluffiest fur out of
shivering.
all of
Yes,
us. How
I
are
know.
you cold?
And we are
I
up
still
here.
get very cold.
Let you choose your seats first, and I'll sit wherever remains.
Oh, there we go.
Perfect. I am going to make a space for us to speak, just because I know one of the topics I do want to talk about is a bit more serious, I suppose.
Of
I
course.
see. I love the group name.
Thank you. It's very well thought out. First off, let me...
I should not even think twice about it.
There is both lavender tea and green tea. I didn't know exactly everyone's preferences on tea drinking. I know the Daphne prefers hibiscus traditionally, but I just served that to her yesterday, so I didn't want to do it again.
It's been far too long since I've had lavender.
Yes, it's one of my favorites. My favorite's also hibiscus, actually, but lavender scented
cherry
things
blossom
are among
cookies.
my favorite. Yes, they are fresh. I had spent the time before the tea baking.
Oh, that's wonderful.
I will.
May I?
Of course. So while you might be cold within the castle, I hope your goods that you're eating are warm.
Indeed. Oh, that's so lovely.
But yes,
Shall we?
first off, I did want to just simply ask how everyone's day has been. I haven't had very many discussions with you lately, Professor Cribden, or you, Professor Sarah.
No, regretfully. Well, the new Wilson model is about to launch. My sponsors have already had early access to it, and if you wish to have a Wilson model early, simply come and ask, since I know with the school you haven't had, well, quite the time to attend any of my presentations.
I have not. May I inquire, what is a Wilson model?
Oh, it's the new bird model. This one's a parrot in a top hat,
Oh,
and
I
it pecks
see.
at your enemies when you're fighting.
I hope I'm not close enough to any enemies that I would need it to peck away for me.
No, but it also does like to sit on either your shoulder or your head. As, well, people have been asking for models that can sit on your shoulder.
I see.
It does the balancing quite well. You don't have to be too careful.
that's nice. I know that Prince Ezra had plushies available at the Bloodwind Solstice, and they don't maintain balance on your shoulder all that nicely. They just honestly
You have to be very careful.
You have to, yes. I mean, I suppose I walk with a straight back anyways, but even walking with utmost posture, that I feel like it's just going to wobble off.
Also, they have a tendency of staring
It's
into
quite
your soul, I've
top-heavy.
noticed.
Yes, they do just stare at you, and so others have said that they were grabbing at them, and I felt it grab my ear at the solstice event. It was
Mine
Oh,
moved.
yours
goodness.
moved. We have many around our
Yes.
dorm that seem to be moving.
Is it
It climbed up one of the
possessed?
walls.
Has it what?
It climbed up a wall. I left my room. I had put it in a drawer away. When I came back, it was above my door.
Ah,
Huh.
he mentioned at the solstice that I don't remember what he said. It concerned me, frankly. I suppose we hope for the best. There are many running amok at the Feltfolk dorm. There was one outside our door, and then I came in one day and it was hanging upside down in our foyer.
my
There's
goodness.
another one in our fountain.
Are we sure they're not cursed?
I don't know. I suppose they're endearing in their own way.
I mean, most certainly. Oh, did somebody drop their
Uh,
tea?
I
This is a recurring issue, Lady Daphne.
Yes, it appears I don't know
I
how
caught
to
it
hold
before
my
it
tea.
spilled.
Apologies.
It's alright, I caught it before it spilled. This is so warm.
It is. On to the more serious subject. Given the four that are here, I'm thinking you might be able to draw the conclusions on. I wanted to talk about the incident between Lady Daphne and you, Della. I know when you spoke
So
to
we
me
are
about
going
it,
to
you
talk
did not.
about it.
I simply want to make sure it's not to come back and hurt us in the future. If you can guarantee that, then we simply don't need to.
I'd like to hear what there's to say.
I would just like to say I am deeply, deeply sorry for what I did. As you know, that day I was just so scared that something would happen. I haven't seen Cass in so long, and I don't know, the paranoia and the fear just took over. I was not thinking. And I really am sorry. And I know, sorries are... I
Lady
truly
Daphne,
do regret it, and
you understand that my relations with your court are those of closer ones, where I don't wish to be seen as a threat or feel threatened when around your court. Of course I want to put this behind us as soon as possible. Though it's a little difficult when there's a certain blackmail on the table.
yes, I know that's why I haven't been able to approach you, and I know at this point it just renders useless, and I don't know what I was thinking, honestly.
I see. To be fair, by this point I imagine half the school is talking about me and Cass regardless.
It's not like you're the most slick.
Guilty as charged.
Yes. Well, I do hope that we can just forget about all of this.
I care about your sister a lot. And if I'm honest, as much as it left me shaken, I would prefer to put what happened behind us. Honestly, I get it if I were worried that something might happen to Cass, I'd probably panic a little as well. So I suppose we can relate over that, can't we?
Yes, we both don't want anything to happen to her. We both care for her.
You hear that? You're nice and protected.
I too deeply care for you, Professor Saren.
Okay, well, how about we forget it ever happened, okay?
I've also prepared a gift for you.
Oh.
Is there? I don't know where to set this, so set it
I
there.
can... Oh. Oh my... Oh my goodness, you shouldn't have.
Again, I deeply apologize, and I do wish to hopefully get past this.
I really want to have a good dynamic with you. I mean, imagine the headaches that Cass would have to endure otherwise. Probably has had to.
You have no idea.
I would enjoy headaches too, but I'm not going to break into their moment.
Just want to research.
But let's let bygones be bygones, alright?
Yes,
Thank you. I really appreciate this.
of course.
Well then,
So,
shall we
for
get
the
back
future-
to...
If I do scare you, a conversation is enough.
Right, I will make sure to speak with you.
I'm sure that Soul Katarina can attest that I'm very friendly
I certainly can.
and certainly don't bite.
Do you not?
Do you
When
bite?
have I?
I can't. I
Look at
just.
those teeth.
I just.
I was a bit worried for a moment there.
I just.
Just because.
Yes, I agree that I am glad that I was hopeful that things could be taken care of. I did not want it to drag out, but I also knew that you had been wronged, and I did not want it to be left to fester.
Yes.
I actually really appreciate it. I will admit it had been sitting. It's a little difficult to discuss these things when there is something
Yes.
hanging over your head. Well, I suppose now that
Which is
things
what I-
are revealed.
Which is what I
Does it-
told
yes,
Katarina
does it
and
even
why
matter?
it's taken so long to speak to you about it. Again, apologies.
Of course. I apologize for scaring you. Well, since things are on the table now, I suppose, yes, Cass and I are one item.
I've gathered as such, Professor Crimson.
Yes, because, like all of the students, Katarina's not blind.
Professor Cruden also asked me rather directly in her office how I would feel if she was interested in a member of my court. And given there was very few members of my court within her age range here currently,
Well,
Della.
I travel.
I suppose you do. Perhaps you could have saw someone back at my manor, but I also did not see that as the most likely
I
suspect.
visit a lot.
Well, you're still visiting despite me not being there. I'm right here.
I suppose I just love her far too much.
So, now that we've got all the hard stuff out of the way, how about we talk about some fun things?
Valentine's Day?
Valentine's Day.
Yes.
It is time for me to fulfill my role.
Yes.
For
we're-
you to. What are you planning?
Oh.
So I'm going to need a special area for people to submit their
Submit?
requests.
You can't just
Are
mention the word submit. Goodness.
Their requests. Submit their requests. Let me finish.
Goodness.
Goodness, Cass!
Are you planning
That's
to
not
be
quite appropriate.
are you planning to be a Cupid
It's
cat?
like Professor Castillo talking about his whole
Well.
goodness.
Well,
Are you?
possibly. As your elder, I believe it is my job to fulfill the role that, well, the village elder might perform.
So you're just calling yourself old?
I'm almost 40.
Do not compare to the
It's not
headmaster.
that old.
Okay, the headmaster is ridiculously old, so...
Yeah.
Indeed.
I successfully managed to call him old without losing points.
Oh goodness,
I
I believe it's
congratulations.
because he knows.
It's because he knows, yes.
He cannot deny it. He is the oldest person here.
He cannot. It was during his equestrian class how he forced us all to neigh, and I neighed, and then he proceeded to say, I did not hear you, and I didn't win the points. And so I pulled him aside after
Oh,
the
I
fact.
do remember that.
Yes.
Oh.
And I said, it's not my fault you cannot hear me because your ears are old.
Oh my goodness, and you got away with it.
And you
got 10
didn't say
points.
anything.
Imagine not being able to hear.
Goodness.
Perhaps he didn't catch it.
No, he certainly did, because prior to saying it, I was like, oh, I shouldn't say that. He was like, no, say it anyway. I was like, you cannot take any repercussions from this. He was like, I won't. And so then I said it afterwards, and I had freedom to do so.
Oh, that's the
Very
best
smart.
way. Well, what are you going to do
Lovely.
for Valentine's Day?
Well, as
Uh,
the fell folk normally have a big celebration in our kingdom,
Court. Region.
well, let's call it what it is. It has a castle and a leader. It's
Yeah,
a kingdom.
I can't say necessarily wrong. Solmera existed as Solmera with our souls and such prior to ever joining Everthorne. But
Exactly.
we do acknowledge that Everthorne and Queen Elowyn had been above us.
We can recognize our history,
Mm-hmm.
but nevertheless, we always hold a big celebration in which couples, friends, family, they all get together with their partner. And sometimes, if you have no one with you, an elder might pair you with someone for one activity of some kind. Maybe a dinner, maybe a game. But you must complete
Ooh.
that one activity with them at minimum.
Ooh.
The hope is that they stay together, though.
Exactly. A lot of the time, it's actually just parents of their children trying to merge their families. But
So
sometimes
you
it's more innocent than that.
So you're saying that the job is to spot any potential blossoming romances and help push them a step further?
So I can make my own pairings, but most of the time it's based on requests or submissions. So
Yes,
that is why I require some sort of mail slot so people can put in their own requests.
Yeah, so just...
Usually other
Ooh.
fell folk will, I guess, look and see what kind of... Should we mention the board?
You've been on our dorm, but I don't believe you've seen the board.
I've not seen the board.
It's another
It is
tradition of ours.
Yes, it is a fell folk tradition to, I suppose, throughout the year, or, well, before Valentine's Day, we pair up people who we believe will look the best or think they are the best, and I guess see if we were correct
Mhm.
about our pairings.
Love
Oh,
predictions.
please tell.
Yes, love predictions.
We have quite a few
Please tell.
pairings that we put them on our board after seeing them at the winter ball together.
Yes,
actually.
we have many. Goodness, I honestly think we may need to extend our board a bit. I think it's
Oh
full.
my goodness.
We do
I need to hear at
extend
least a
it.
few.
Oh goodness,
I
I
believe
know
haven't seen
that
it in a
Dante
while,
and
so-
Waverly are on there together.
and I think
Okay.
there is Felix and Rosalind.
Is he on there
After
now?
the-
Really?
Yes, now that one is on there after the Nether party.
Mm.
Oh goodness, who else?
Ridley and Seven are paired together on the board.
Oh yes,
Ooh.
that was another one.
Okay.
Oh, Lady Celica and Lord Cinder.
I've seen that everywhere. I've been seeing them wait for each other at the same bench every time.
There's definitely something going on there.
Oh, yes. And, well, I mean, you remember Cinder asking you about perfumes?
Oh,
he
speaking of
did-
that, this is...
Why
did
did he want to
reveal-
eat it?
No, I
No,
suppose this
no,
is,
he
this is
actually
still
did reveal it
confidential,
was.
but-
Ooh.
This is confidential, but I mean, he asked for another perfume recently for Lady Celica. So there's
Oh.
definitely something going on there.
Oh, most certainly.
See, I thought he had a thing for the Crown Duchess. During the winter ball, like,
Hmm.
repeatedly, 3 separate times, I believe, he had approached the Crown Duchess
Oh,
in a weird way, quite
You
frankly.
should-
To the point that whenever we left the ball, we were splitting off at the path leaving. And as I was walking away, I saw Lord Cinder approach the Crown Duchess again. So I stopped to stare and wait, because I'm unsure what his intentions are. I
from
think-
what I understand, the two have recently become friends.
Oh, that is good.
Oh, I
I
see.
know when I spoke with her at the ball, she did not really know him at all. And he would approach right behind her. So,
I know, they've
believe
recently
it is a
become friends.
Cinder thing. Cinder just likes to appear out of nowhere.
yes,
I've
it was
noticed.
after
quite
class
odd.
one day, and I was looking at a book, and then I looked up, and he was right in my face.
Oh, well, since we're gossiping, especially with, so
It is a tea party.
actually, yes, when it comes to Lord Cinder, when Lady Celica was a little ill, he actually spent the time simply waiting by the medical wing's door.
Oh,
I
did
knew
he?
After the
I knew
ball,
he carried her, I believe.
yes.
Yes.
So I'm very much thinking something is certainly going on there, and, well,
So do you think we're able to... I know we usually do it for Felfuck, but do you think we may extend it to...
I don't know if the
If
others
they
would
attend the
accept-
party, they are subjected to the same rules.
Wonderful.
So I was going to
Well,
say,
I
if you
know.
attend, you hereby agree that you may be paired by Cupid.
Yes.
This is a Felfolk run event, so
Then I know what I will be submitting. Are we limited to how many we can submit?
ooh, that's a good question. I would say
Oh, I have many in mind.
I don't
Please
know
don't
how
limit
many
it.
plan on attending. I
Please
would say
don't limit.
probably 3 pairings.
No!
Aw.
God.
What about
3 pairings per
5?
person.
5! Come on, it
No,
has to be at least
absolutely
5.
5.
Okay,
5.
your submissions, only one of them can be a dance. The other 2 can be whatever they want.
Wonderful.
But you may force one couple into a dance.
I'm not interested in any of my submissions being for dances. I want to send people to the hedge maze. I'm going to make a hedge maze, and I'm going to
Just want to get them
subject
lost.
people to it. If they get lost,
Well,
they have to
getting-
rely on each other, and they're going to be trapped in the solitude of the bushes,
Yeah.
all alone together.
Oh, and
Scandalous.
also...
Yes. Don't you remember how I got lost in the castle and wandered outside the conduit range? And the way you saved me?
Which time?
Oh,
Has there been multiple?
3.
Goodness. And you saved her every single time, yes?
Well,
Yes.
the last time was a rescue. The other 2, I was just lost.
I would say there's not much of a difference there.
Well, one time I was literally suffocating.
Oh, goodness.
That's
The
why I
last
have the
one.
splash potions of water breathing.
I am very grateful, and I will say the times where it was less desperate was certainly, well, certainly got me looking at Cass in a different light.
I do think, yes, whenever you are in situations of great stress or life-threatening ones, and someone saves you or is with you during it, it does forge closer bonds.
Exactly.
Does.
Sometimes
So
the
I
other
think
way
the
around
headmaze
too.
is perfect.
Yes, but I'm trying to look on the positives. I suppose it can massively backfire.
Oh, I'm
Well,
more
that's why we
meant
don't do
the one
life-threatening.
saving sometimes also feels closer.
Oh, I thought you meant other way around as regards it might cause utter
Well, unless they were the
terror.
cause of the
Yeah,
danger,
cause
I
of,
would
but
say.
I'm also thinking, like, perhaps there are times when someone might be, they don't have full memory of the event, and this person saves them, but they now associate that person with the trauma behind the event instead of the saving. I feel like that's less often.
Trauma sometimes does remove memories, so 'tis possible.
Speaking of fear, I might get in trouble for this. I was at a kingdom building, as I'm allowed to be, and I was working on our residential platforms, and I had dug a tunnel through a hill, and I was walking backwards out of the tunnel because I was placing down lighting and buttons, and I walked out of the tunnel, and I looked up to see a mutant creeper staring at me, and I immediately looked away. It didn't harm me.
Oh, goodness.
I think it was just curious about me because it made no movement towards me or no hostile sounds. It simply looked at me from above, and then I immediately jumped away.
I imagine the sounds attracted it.
I suppose. A small fellfolk emerging from the side of the hill. Because it certainly saw me first, given that I was backwards, before I actually was exposed to look at it. I did not appreciate it, though. I like creepers being scared of me. It gives me protection.
They can be quite scary, I imagine.
Yes.
Sometimes so, yes.
Had no one there to save me for me to form a closer bond to, though.
See, next time that just means you need to go building with people more.
I will, Hydra.
I'll go with you next time. Don't worry, Katarina. I will have you in my arms and save you.
Oh, I look forward to it. Well, we have, for just an update, our platforms aren't done, but we have them nearly ready for people to build their houses on. So I suspect there's going to be a lot of us out there soon working on our estates.
Yes. I feel as though we may need to find a day for all of us to just gather together and fully get to work.
We have our slumber party coming up, so we could perhaps do it then. Oh.
Are we going to have everyone put to work and then put to sleep?
Tire yourselves out.
I'm going to ensure that whenever we get back to the dorm for the slumber party, everyone is amply ready for bed.
Well,
then
slumber
what about all
parties
the
do have
gossiping and party games?
I suppose. I might
They
make
can
them
happen
cook
before
during the slumber
building.
party instead. It's like when you wake up the next morning. We're going to go build. Get ready, guys.
Oh yes, you do it the morning after the slumber party, of course.
Oh, I'm sure everyone will be thrilled. Or terrified.
Hello.
Welcome to the slumber party. Oh, by the way, we're building tomorrow.
Did you drop your tea off the table?
Are you alright? Is your tea alright?
Yes,
Absolutely distraught.
Oh no!
Apologies. Oh dear.
I
I'm just
don't know
going
if we-
to...
Do you need
do
a
I
moment
have
to
something to-
compose yourself?
Yes, do you need
Yes.
a moment?
Does anyone have anything that I can wipe the floor with? Oh dear.
Oh goodness.
Oh my great. Oh my
I'll
goodness.
just
My
dry it
apologies.
off.
I actually
over.
do.
I have...
Oh, that also works.
There we
That's
go.
perfect.
All
I
dry.
had paper that says magic is in the air with a winky face I was going to give you. I forget where this came from. Why do I have this?
What? I don't know.
don't know.
I mean, magic is in the air. So.
It really was. I mean, considering the wind
And
magic
the air
you
is
just
magical.
used, so.
True, I suppose. I'm really trying to think of where I got this from.
I should say, somebody put the dinner bone curse on my sharks.
Oh no, is that
Good.
what you were referring to in
Oh.
public missives?
Yes, apparently it's
mean,
a
it's
dinner
not
bone
much.
curse.
It's more so the curse is on the name,
Jinx.
not the creature.
Yes,
I
cursed
see.
name.
Yes, if you name something Dunnabone after the old sorcerer, it flips them upside down. He was a bit of a prankster and not a fan of people using his name.
I mean, fair enough. It's allowed him to leave a mark very strongly, and no future generations can forget him because if they do, they use the name. They get the repercussions.
No, they will not forget him.
Yes. Are we
I
able
mean,
to
I certainly
flip you
won't
upside
forget him
down?
now.
You can try. You will not succeed.
I think Cass would have to accept the name Dinnerbone for that to happen. I suppose if you legally change your name to Dinnerbone, then...
I don't
I
think...
will not be doing that.
I don't think it'll get approved either.
I don't fancy
Yes,
being
I
upside down
don't-
either.
I don't think it'd get approved.
I'm a cat, not a bat.
That is very true. If I want to
I have to
offer
drink
something
this
of
before I
humor
stumble.
that is embarrassing, I was playing charades with,
Oh, no, not this.
Oh.
and I've learned that when I am directly asked what sound a donkey makes, I cannot answer.
What sound does a donkey make?
I don't want to.
Please
You
try.
cannot.
There was
You
also
cannot
at the
tell
beach
that
party.
story
There was
and
also the
then-
dolphin. Do you know what sound a dolphin makes, Katarina?
Why would I know what sound a dolphin makes? I don't go in the ocean.
If you had to guess, though,
My issue is when I try to make the sound of a donkey, instead, I seem to tap into what is of the rural fell folk who enjoy riding horses and wearing their fancy hats.
oh no.
And simply, my complaint is that in the farm animal song that I was taught when I was younger, there was no donkey in it.
Well, I must
Oh,
say now
please,
that
I
Meowdy
do
makes
have to
more
hear.
sense.
Oh no! Oh!
Well, I
Yes, Katarina.
shouldn't have brought this up. I just wanted to bring up some more. Oh, why do I have to bring
Well, I
up
was
my
going to say, Oh, Katarina,
I really want
hate
to hear
your
I hate to
donkey
call you
impression
out
now.
about this, but
Same.
Katarina has yet to know how to purr correctly.
No!
You can't purr.
I can't.
Oh.
I've certainly tried as I was growing up, and I've never been able to do it. So I guess whoever I end up with for the rest of my life will get to put up with my terrible purr. It sounds like I'm growling when I try.
Just like that.
That's not how mine sounds.
Can you show it, please?
Please, the curiosity
I
is
fear
too much.
I fear I am not happy enough right now to purr.
A bit too embarrassed.
We
I'm
can
very much
cuddle.
embarrassed.
Thank you.
My cheeks are aflame.
Well, how about the news that a new collection is about to release, and you will most certainly be one of the first to get the free samples?
Ooh. I look forward to it.
Then perfect.
New things.
All
There's
right.
new students. Or a new student.
yes.
I met the lady
there?
Sabrina at
Two of
Knighthood.
them.
I wasn't aware there was new students.
Who's the other? If there's two.
Sabrina and oh goodness, what other name have we seen but not well seen on the signs but never actually seen? Oh goodness.
I don't think of any. Like, I knew that there was meant to be a Lady Sabrina because she sits beside me in Equestrian, so I always saw her name. But I only met her for the first time during Knighthood. She seemed nice. She
Which
she
one
had
was Sabrina?
manners. Lady
That is
Sabrina,
good.
yes.
Sorry, what are we talking about?
The new students.
Oh, still.
Cass! Goodness.
Apologies, I was missing someone.
You said there was two new students. Who is the other?
Yes. It was Sabrina and... Oh, what was... I know the headmaster said the name. Was it Vicky?
What court is she
I
from? I
believe
know
so.
Sabrina's Bloodwin.
Also Bloodwin.
Oh,
Oh. I see.
interesting.
Have they
many
not had
students?
that many people?
No. Have you not noticed the class is fairly small?
I have not.
Ah. Well, yes, they are Smaller in numbers.
I see, that's
Well,
interesting.
I suppose that's going to change now, but...
Yes, it will.
Yes, I don't know, I did not speak too in depth with Lady Sabrina, but she was funny, and based off her introduction at least, she seemed that she was educated on manners. I can't say the same for everybody at the academy, unfortunately.
Some have better manners than others.
Yes. I know my upbringing's different, so I aim not to judge when I see others, but at times, whenever they greet me and how they greet me, I'm very much questioning on how they were raised.
It's hard not to raise an eyebrow sometimes.
It's my feelings differ depending who it is, I suppose, on if they give me the impression that they simply are ignorant on it versus if they're doing it as a slight. I can say that for the most part, I don't feel like people have necessarily slighted me to my face. Most of the time, someone introduces themselves to me very formally, and I introduce myself formally, and then they greet me informally right away. That it seems they just don't have proper training in regards to it.
Which is utterly surprising considering up till now Court Bloodwyn had been, I'll be honest, one of the best mannered courts.
That kind of
it was quite
Violet
jarring.
simply left me a little bit appalled when she greeted me.
Oh,
I see.
I think she's just maybe a bit more free-spirited, and I don't view it as her doing it intentionally to be rude.
So,
or
between
disrespectful.
us, I'm not so sure about it. Have I told you about how I was treated during the winter solstice?
How so?
No.
Well, I only received an invitation 5 minutes before the start, and I hadn't been informed of the presence of a dress code at all. I almost attended not wearing a dress code until somebody pointed it out to me. Then I had to run and try to scramble anything together that would match the dress code. And then during the performance part, I was asked to perform on stage with no prior warning of this even being part of the event. I luckily was able to think of something to perform, but I had no chance to prepare at all.
Goodness, that would be rather nerve-wracking. Simply, if I'm invited to an event on such short notice and I don't... If there's dress code, you have to tell them so that if they cannot attend, they can give a suitable excuse to not be able to attend.
Yes.
Yes, I knew that... I had known in advance that there was going to be arts displays of different artistic talents, so luckily, I guess those who received their invitation prior, though 5 minutes before, could prepare. That's definitely unfair that they did that to you.
But everyone else had volunteered to come on stage. I was volunteered to come on stage instead. I was asked. Honestly, between us, I wonder if it was incompetence or sabotage.
I'd be uncertain. With how high Court Bloodwyn typically puts respect on things, I'd be surprised if it was maliciously placed, given that they know if they disrespect a professor, that means they might not get as many points from you. I wouldn't want to make an enemy of any of the professors.
Yes, but also of how high they place it, I wonder how they could have not known better.
Unsure. I can say myself, well, I very much try not to. I can get carried away in the moment of things too, on if the atmosphere is a certain way that I will let myself act with the group, and I know I should not do that at certain times.
Well, either way, it would be very rude of me to bring it up to them, unfortunately, so, well, as they did it, it can very well be excused by simple in-the-moment silliness. So as it stands, even if they were sabotaging me, well, they failed, but do get away with it.
If it ever comes up in conversation when I'm talking with them, I can certainly bring back the answer to you. I'm not going to go necessarily digging for it to make myself seem
please don't go digging.
But if it comes up, I will inform you.
I will be honest, if I let it seem that I was at all touched by it, then, well, that speaks poorly on me.
Yes, you
It's
don't
the
want to let them
unfortunate
see
thing.
you waver.
Exactly.
I understand that.
It would also mean that you noticed me wavering, and if it was sabotage, that it then worked.
Yes, I do hope besides from that you enjoyed the event. I found it rather
Besides that, I
fun.
did. Well, I enjoyed it, but I will have to be honest. I can't I can't help but say I far enjoy the tea parties with you more. Then
I
again,
greatly appreciate
it's hard
that.
not to enjoy
And
anything
you'll
you
be
set up.
hosting more, yes?
I certainly will.
Your tea parties are always a delight.
Yes, I want to do more formal tea parties when it gets warmer out. Right now, I'm mainly doing afternoon teas because those I can simply host within the academy and not have to do much setup for them. But as the snow melts, you can look forward to more things from me.
A gift to our wonderful coast, of course.
Oh. Grabby paws.
Goodness, you're trying to take it from her.
No, not on purpose.
I can assure you, I'll never not be generous with you. Have I not been treating you well enough?
Well, I do
Have I not been
things I
spoiling you
need.
enough? Well, you can simply tell me.
I'll give you a grocery list.
Well, I look forward to seeing that then. Well, thank you very much for hosting us.
Of
This
course.
was quite wonderful.
Yes.
And I don't know what was better, the tea or the gossip.
Well, that's part of the joy of these, is being able to talk.
Of course.
Yes.
It was truly wonderful. Thank
I-
you.
I don't know if you're looking to leave soon, but if you are, I certainly can walk everyone out, but I don't know if there's more we want to discuss before then.
Is there anything else that needs discussion?
Well, there is the topic of my birthday in 2 weeks.
Oh, truly.
I'll be 40, so...
So we're planning a big party, yes? Where at? I'll plan
Well,
it.
What foods do you
normally
Let me think. What do we need?
I
Ah,
host
goodness.
parties for all the world's mages, but I'm not at my atelier, and
And you have your
I don't
sister
want-
here. Hello. It's been... I haven't celebrated a birthday with you in, goodness, how long? 10 years? More than that, probably. I don't
more than
know.
that.
I will
I
help
would
throw it.
say
We could throw it together. You can help.
Oh, I'd happily help.
Well then, we will get planning soon.
Perfect.
Speaking of planning, is there any events that the Academy is hosting anytime soon? I know that we're hosting the
Spring.
Valentine's Day.
There's going to be a spring bowl.
Oh.
I suppose it's a good idea we aren't doing a Valentine's Day ball then as our event of choice.
Well, the
I'll
spring
be
bowl will be in March or April. One of the two. March.
I believe.
Yes.
I see.
And I'll certainly be, well, waking up the party planning committee. I have to say, when I was writing down points, it was almost comedic how many points the Felfolk got from the party planning committee compared to every other
We are
court.
known for party. Well, I know how to throw a party.
I do as well. It's what I was trained to do prior to building Soul.
And I learned from Katarina.
I know very well. Oh, I know very well. Your parties were what initially drew me in, after all.
Well, once you start waking the party planning committee, I can certainly help. I know that if it's prior to the Valentine's Day Festival, I know our hands might be a bit full with our own event, but we will be free afterwards.
Oh, perfectly, if there's any way I can help with the other event. On a more subdued note, I will be hosting the Champions Feast, which is somewhat akin to a birthday, but it's more a Cribden tradition. It'll be the first time I host it on land.
Oh, I
So,
see.
well,
Oh.
you can most certainly expect invitations once I send them out.
I look forward to it then. Is there any customs
Very
I should be
nice.
aware of for it, such as bringing gifts or...
Oh. Well, see, in the Champions Feast tradition, a token representing your greatest achievement of the year is traditional.
Oh, I see.
This is for you to keep. It's to show.
Understood. I'll have to think on that then for when that occurs.
Yes.
It will be all included in the invitation, though I do intend to have it be a little bit short notice, mostly because I don't want it to be too grand. I worry, although in Caribbean tradition this is normal, I quite worry about it coming off as conceited. It is, to a degree, meant to celebrate me, and well, that's what birthdays are. It goes by a different title and different traditions, and I worry it will get all jumbled up.
I think that anyone deserves to be able to celebrate themselves, so I don't see a problem with it.
That's why we see eye to
Indeed.
eye.
Yes.
I do have a class coming up soon. Not a lesson for others, a lesson for me.
Oh, I see.
Just to be clear.
Like, is there a royal code? I am the scheduling.
Yes, I
No,
was-
no, that's why I
was
had to give
worried
the
for a
disclaimer.
moment.
I myself will be the student in this class.
Who is your teacher?
Cassiel will be teaching me combat.
Oh,
Oh,
I see.
I've been
Does
trying
that
to
mean-
train
been
myself
teaching
with a
him
bow.
magic.
So I've heard.
I've tried to. Well, he said I didn't want to learn from a student, but I tried to say that I could probably teach him at least the basics of some.
Well, he's a little past the basics now.
I could still teach him, but no, he doesn't want to learn from a student. Ugh.
Well, when there's an accomplished magical professor at the school,
Well, Daphne, perhaps you can teach me.
I mean, if you're willing, though, you have the accomplished magical professor right here.
We do also get distracted.
Yes, perhaps it's better I teach you then.
well,
Besides, 2 teachers are better than 1.
if you're going to have Daphne as your teacher, I don't need to be there. I can focus on research.
You and your research all the time.
Constantly
important.
buried away.
Speaking
Honestly,
of
even
classes, I actually had a
You're
question.
so buried in your... Oh, yes.
For what?
Classes. So I'm signed up for the classes regarding, like, for my major and such. And I don't want to commit to having to attend any of the other classes for every class, but Professor Saren, should I be available when you're hosting culinary or magical studies? Would it be alright for me to just sit in without me being signed up?
Yes, so electives aren't something you sign up for, it's just you show up to the class if you want to. I will not be considering your attendance very much at all. So, as far as points go, you likely will not earn any by being there.
That's fine. I would be there to learn. I wouldn't
But
be there for
anyone is
points.
welcome to be there, you will just have to sit at the back, because all major students are given priority to the front.
That's understandable. If there's a free front seat available, may I take it?
Of course.
Understood.
In fact, it might be nice to have a couple elective students, given, well, if someone doesn't have a partner for a project, they may need someone to help.
Yes, I am definitely interested in magic, and I know Lady Daphne. I want you to tutor me sometime soon if you have availability.
Yes,
as-
I believe we just had a tutoring meeting yesterday, so the book is all, my availability is all there. Though I do need to go back in the book and change a few times, so. But
Yes.
it usually is in the library.
yes, I just find magic interesting, and it's just not something that I have delved too deeply into. And then, of course, I adore cooking.
Now, speaking of, I need to submit Marjorie for the culinary tutor.
She showed up yesterday to the meeting, and I think Leonidas told us that you or someone
Oh,
said that
I suppose I suppose she probably gave the message along herself.
Yes.
That works then.
She is already set up as a tutor.
Perfect.
All right. I do suppose I should be getting up a bit so I have a little bit of buffer time before my class.
Of course.
Well, once
Of
again,
course.
thank you so much for the invitation. It was absolutely incredible. The tea wonderful, the snacks delightful, and the conversation even more so. Thank you. And
Of
I'm glad
course.
that we managed to resolve things.
Yes, it was very nice.
And well, I suppose since everyone knows, I can just give you a little peck on the cheek.
Mwah.
Oh, goodness.
I love how you
Scandalous.
looked away.
I did look away.
Are you embarrassed?
I have no
Perhaps
romantic
that's a topic for
experience.
another
so
time.
it is a topic for another time.
Perhaps for another time then. I do look forward to the next tea times.
Of course, you will see another invitation soon.
I look forward greatly then. Thank you.
Mhm.
All right.
Farewell.
Very well.
I think.
Yes, getting lost is very often.
Oh, good. I can't blame her. I was playing hide and seek. Lady Rosalind was hosting hide and seek, and
Is there nothing behind here?
No.
There's not.
I think this
And the
I-
stairs are right there. You can see them from
I
any
mean,
part of the room.
Yes.
I think
but
this
I,
is no,
for
it's
some
the
reason
floor
thought there
below
was
this.
a yes, there's one of the floors where you could just walk through and it leads to a different hallway. I think it may be the floor below.
It is the one
actually.
below us during hide and seek. That the
Yes,
we
it
did it
is.
as what did they call it? Salmon or something. And we all had to get into you
Oh,
had to-
sardines?
sardines. Yes. Sorry. So there's the one hider, and we had to find them and would hide with them, and they were hiding in this below us, under the stairs on the bottom level below us,
I
and
see.
I managed to see them, but I watched other people just completely walk by them. It was very
Ah.
interesting.
Hmm.
I did not fit with them back there. My
Has the sun returned us?
yes, but on the wrong floor.
Huh. Odd.
Welcome back.
The sun returned us safely on the lower floor.
Oh, it did it to me too. I returned approximately
Odd.
a minute and a
Did-
half before you.
Did other people get sent to the floor below them?
Yes, I was down there too. I didn't even
No.
realize I wasn't on the right floor until I
don't
saw
think
you there
so.
with me, and I noticed that my chest of goodies was not with me.
Yes, I noticed that too. I thought maybe it just broke.
I
or
also noticed the
something.
big doorway.
There's also no windows down there. I don't think. I think I
Yes,
just noticed
no,
that
there
there's
was-
no
there was
windows.
No,
not.
because there's
No, it's just dark down here. So yes, this is the floor
There's
above
just-
us is the optimal place.
Yes.
Is there a sign
Alright,
on here saying
well.
this is restricted yet? There's not. I want to make it known. It was never said in orientation the armory is off limits. So if you don't hear from somebody, you're not going to know.
Oh goodness, so
Well-
you're right.
Yes, I'm fine. I would hope that none of you are just straying into a place called Armory.
No, of course not. But it's not very late. It's
Also,
just not
why?
clear.
I'm right here.
Oh.
No, she's gonna use it from down there.
Oh look, there you are.
Congrats on being found.
Yes.
Oh, you can't get enough of me. Well, I would like to sit and talk with Cass for a
Mhm.
bit.
Yes, I can excuse myself. I'm going to.
I'm going to drag her to her office to speak.
Oh. Well, I suppose I'm going to my office.
Well, farewell. Have a.
It was a lovely tea party.
Yes, thank
Thank
you for
you.
the
I
tea party,
greatly enjoyed it.
Katarina. I will speak to you later.
Of course, I'm going to go back to Kingdom Building.
Yes, goodbye.
let's clean this up. And let's see, where are we going to go off to? This is where I want to host the tea party with the heirs, just because it's larger. I feel with a group, we should be close enough to we should hear each other okay. There's always sitting over here instead if there is only 6 of us. Which would be suitable. Let's go check, while we're here, let's go check the main hall board. And then we'll head back to the dorms. Let's see. Oh. This Professor Sarah's around. I could also check on my mail to see if I got more mail or not. See, community invites would be rewarded. Already attended. Equestrian studies is tomorrow. Okay, everything is... I've already seen everything on there. I guess we can walk upstairs. Let me check the shops real quick. See if there's anything new on either of them. Actually, this would also be a nice place for tea, too. If there's 6 of us. I'd say this is more suitable for 4 because I feel like being the one seated here might be a bit awkward. But if there's perhaps 5 of us, like if there's a 6-person group planned for elsewhere, but if it's a 5-person group but might be less than 5, that could be where it's planned for. Let's see, so she's selling her lotions and her other perfumes. And there's the potions. And medications. Let me take a sip. My soda's warm. And a stretch, of course, of course. Let's go check on over here. Forms, request, payments. Once it's all gone, it won't restock. I've already bought the umbrellas I wanted. Let's see, I've invited 9 to tea for the heirs. There's 9 of us total. Let me double check how many seats there are down here and how many this sitting area can accommodate. If I do the main hall for 4 to 5. Oh, this would work for 6. If people don't mind being squished together, I suppose it works for 6. We could also sit over here. This would be 4, though. I guess I could always see about getting 2 more seats and moving the seats to be, like, sides. And that would open up to 6. The overall goal with afternoon tea within the academy is to be easy sessions that I don't need to do much to prep for. I can bring the snacks and the tea, and then it's just a matter of conversating.